Hey, what is going on YouTube? This is Robert, and today I am bringing you to sort of like a pocket watch, I suppose you could call it, but it's market watch. We're going to be looking over the market. Whether or not I do this on a week-to-week basis or a month-to-month basis will be whatever depends on people wanting me to look out for. But basically, we're going to be taking a top pick of like the handful of cards basically that are sort of the upper echelon of pricing, and then all of the booster boxes near enough. I mean, a fair handful of them, and a couple of like the illustration boxes or collection wise. And yeah, basically we'll be looking at it on a like just different basis in the end, because currently it is getting to a dramatic stage where I think it's going to be getting like worse before it gets better in terms of these prices and everything in general. Like, I've literally seen people and posts on Twitter where people have just cleared out all the things they were into, whether that was crypto, whether those are like other card areas or just investing in general, and they've just bought One Piece. Like, someone literally bought a case of OPO1 Blue, like, just to hold. Like, it's insane. And the value of that was something like 115 or 120,000, which is like, what? You know, the recent phenomenon that I've seen is just Roger, like OPO9 Roger. I don't know what's going on with that, but basically the way that people have phrased it, as I have listened to a few of the interviews, I've read a lot of the posts, I have seen a lot of the massive posts that people have put, where they have basically stated that because with, for instance, like Luffy, there's Luffy, but which is the best Luffy? Which is the top Luffy? It's hard to tell because there are so many. You could say it's serialized, you could say it's Gear 5. You know, that's their debate. That is their argument and their point that they put forward. Whereas Roger, Goldie Roger, it's a little bit easier. And because of that, the price of Roger has gone from 2, maybe 3,000, to when I last looked at it, I believe it was like 4, 5 to like 5. And now I'm pretty sure it is into the heavens because they have been buying up Rogers, sending them off to be graded, or just buying purely PSA 10s, Beckett 10s, Black Label 10s, and just buying all of them up. These are people who genuinely have like 15 to 30 of the gold Manga Goldie Roger. So let's jump straight into this. As always, let me know what sort of thing you've looked over or checked or that you've seen has had like the most ridiculous price bump. I'd be happy to know and obviously inform others of what's going on. And yeah, let's get straight into this. Now, I personally have obviously taken full advantage of this thing that's going on. You know, I've cleared out a couple of my graded cards that about 2 months ago were the same price as Raw, and now they're like 1.5 to like 3 times that value, which is brilliant because, yeah, some of them I just don't really need or want anymore in my collection, and I'd be happy to let them go so I can buy more booster boxes to open. I grabbed one from Bandai the other day, which was nice. They did not have OP13, so in a 6-week span, that has sold out in my local Bandai. There are only 3 Bandai stores, I believe, in the United Kingdom. And yeah, one of them completely sold out. So if that's happened near me, I'm pretty certain that it's going to have happened at the other locations, which is ridiculous because I was still able to buy OPO9, which is like a year and like a month that has had its like release time frame, whereas 6 weeks OP13 is gone. Some people have stated it's because of like season 1 of the live action with Netflix. OPO5 coincided with that, so because of that, that might have brought a little bit of hype to that. And season 2 is almost going to coincide with like OP13, so we'll see about that. But yeah, I think it's more so the anniversaries of releases in the end that draws people in, because you've got first, second and third anniversary for like 05, 09 and then 13. But yeah, let's run through some prices and some boxes. So this is going to be on a 3-month timer, but you can see when the real spike came in, which was probably a little over 2 months ago, because prior to that, the price point for the blue, you know, God, was 2,000, okay? Still insane, but now we have a recent sale of 5,000. We can skip on to that, to the white, you know. Recent sale of 2,000, even though, like, you can scroll through all of this yourself and you will see a lot of it says like 0 sold at some of the price points. Like, this was a $500 box. I'll let it go for like a long time. You can go back a year. It was even less than that because basically we had this like reprinting sort of thing that came into play with Bandai stores where OPO1 was just so heavily available that its price just like settled. It was easy. And then you have this just climb of the heavens, and we go over the last month and yeah, it's up. We can look at OPO5, which I opened 4 of these. The lowest listing is 1200, but yet again, like, these weren't that much. They were like £250 at a push, and now they're literally like £700-800, and it's insane because I opened 4 of them. It's actually crazy, isn't it? Really, but lowest is 1200, and that's it. And I don't think people understand one of the biggest things with boxes is sealed and unsealed, because OPO9 I looked at, which we will go into in a second, is one of these that shows it quite drastically. We've got EB01, recent sale of 830. Pretty much stayed close to that, I'd say, within a month span. I mean, it was 600-700, but now 800. And yeah, high sale of 1,000. PRB, I opened 2 of these. I paid like $90 basically. I paid £75 a box. It is now 850 with a recent sale of 847, and in the last month that has, I'd say, been quite stable. Like, it's within the 700-800 region, but it's insane. It's ridiculous. OPO9 is somehow 700 and 100 shipping. Wow, that's disgusting. Yeah, I mean, across the board, it is 7, 8, 800 and just climbing from there. In the last month, it has probably been the most dramatic, I would say, out of them. I know that the blue base OPO1 and others, you know, they're very high jumps, but this is ridiculous because this was 400, you know, 375, 400, and now we have it climbing to nearly 700. And this is my example in pounds, for instance. I was looking at this when this whole climb and jump was going, and it wasn't really affecting UK, Europe a whole lot, and now it has. About 2-3 weeks ago, this box was still 250, you know, 260, 270. Unsealed was about 160, 170, so it was probably only between like 50 to £100 difference between sealed and unsealed. That difference is now vastly different. Like, it's horrendous. So sealed is now 460 to £480, whereas unsealed is 200 to 215. It's over double for that. So anyone looking to pick them up at Bandai, I mean, yeah, sure, go ahead, do it, do what you're doing. But just know that you're probably only going to sell for like 100 more than what you've paid. So, but I'd be more than happy to pick up more boxes and they unseal them. I could not care less, to be honest, because it just means I've got a couple more to open for Christmas time. As long as they keep having them in stock, that is. It'd be nice that whenever I go down there or go near there just to grab one, or if my local has any, that'd be great. But yeah. Next up, EB02 is 600 in the last month. It has also made a dramatic increase like OPO9. It's gone from 300 to 600. It's doubled. We've got OPO3 basically doing the same. A recent sale of 850, yet just a month ago it was 360 and below. That is just like OPO9, absolutely horrendous. One of the more disgusting ones, like I said, OP13, 700, a recent sale of 530, and we literally had the release not that long ago. Like, but it was already a month ago $300. We have the release and it's like 100 to 200. Gets to the end of the month and climbs. OPO4, recent sale 574, but yet again, it was 200, it was 300, now it's nearly double. OPO2, recent sale of 500, listing, by the way, all by near enough the same place, Cool Cards, JD. Yeah, but yeah, a month ago, 200, now 500, listing 700. OP11, a little bit lower, which is thankful, but 400 is not low. 420, recent sale of 400. A month ago you go and it was 200, now it's doubled. The illustration EX box, which I'm pretty sure came from like one of the Dallas or the Texas, you had to be at the event itself. A month ago this was 300. I remember when this was like 80 and I was complaining to a friend about it. Recent sale is 915. The cards included in that as a result are also absolutely horrendous. The same nature, we have the Volume 1 illustration box, recent sale of 150, yet you go back a month and it was half that price. You could go for Volume 2 and it's as low as 90, a recent sale of 97, and it's literally, these cost like 20 or 23, and it was 60 and now it's 100. Even Volume 3 is double retail, like, and we didn't even get it that long ago, and it's already double. And the same goes for Volume 4. Like, it's double retail. Next to that, we have the pre-release of EB03, and the lowest and recent sales are 370 for a new release. Like, the 25th anniversary premium collection also had a recent sale of 600. This was 200, and now it's 600. Why not? The promotional Luffy Championship 2023, I'm pretty sure I showed this probably like early December, maybe just before that. It's 500. It just had a recent sale of 1,250. Speaking of a different card, this Zoro Championship finalist card, it has a texture to it when you hold it at an angle, unlike the other versions that people talk about. It has a texture to it when it is an actual finalist version. So it had a sale of 500 recently, and I saw on Twitter that someone sold their black label, I believe, for 15,000. The pre-release winner Luffy, yeah, 2,000 recent sale. It's stabilized at that, but yeah, I saw a sale of a 10, I believe it was for like 6,500. So yeah, and the lowest for Raw is now 5,000. So now there are probably hundreds of cards that we can talk about, to be honest, but I'm just going to be going through some of the mangas because yeah, a recent sale on Roger was 9,000. 9,000. As you see, for the longest, and I mean, I'll put it to a year, the longest time his price point was 827 to 3 and a bit. Okay, that is it. You then go this last month and oh, we've got a jump up but no sales, a jump up, no sales, a jump up, and then all of a sudden someone decides I'll pay 9,000 for it, and the lowest listing is now 30,000. As I said, people are buying it up because they're like this, they believe this is like the crown jewel, quote unquote. It's insane. It's actually insane. And the thing with that is that it will drive up OP09 as a result, because the fact that people are like, oh, I could pull this card, or I want to buy a case because it gives me the best chance, so I want to buy 2 or 3 cases, and jeez. And I mean, I can be happy because I do have 4 boxes sealed that I bought well over a year ago now, but it's still like, wow, like it's ridiculous. Luffy OP05 recent sale 8,000, market price 3,000, a month ago 3,000 somehow, and that's just one sale. Like, it's ridiculous because in 6 months 5 of these have sold for the lowest price being 3,000, yet someone is just like 8 grand, I'll do it. Lowest is 4.5 currently, just keep that in mind as well. Like, what? No listings, obviously, but yeah. 3 listings for the PRB01, but yet again, someone paid 3.9 for this, and you go back a month ago, it was 1850 and below. OP06, Zoro. A recent sale, 2,650. He's definitely climbed up, but yet again, I remember this being like a 6, 7, 800 at a push manga, and now the lowest, it says, is 1,750, but there are no listings, and like, what? I feel like all mangas that were easily obtainable are now just into the heavens because of this. And people will be like, oh, well, you should have bought at the time. But it's like, yeah, but that's insane. Sanji, 2,100, yet again, was less than that. Luffy, EB02, 2,750. The PSA 10, I think it was, I saw someone sell on eBay for like 12 or 13,000. So even Teach had a sale of 1,000, and he was literally like a 5, 6, 7 is a push price point, and now he's had one of 1,000 and low of 20. The SP Nami 730, and it is actually going to stabilize at that. Like, it has come up from 600 to 7, and it is just happily sitting. There have been 21 that have sold. Just to show you how ridiculous this is, I'll end off on here. You have Sabo OP04. Okay, people know this one was cooked. This one 300, like 290 at some points. You'd see it even lower than that. Okay, recent sale of 1,000, and even worse than that, the PRB01 version recently had a sale of 740 as well, which is like nearing the price of the other one. But Sabo was one that people never really wanted, and yet now it's, because of this, up. And just to end off, to show the ridiculousness, we have Soga King, you know, I wonder who it is under the mask, you know. Usopp's manga, okay, same like Sabo, same like a few others, were like the low end, like the low ball type, you know, they were 2 to 400, you know, upper end of that too, but mainly below 400. You go to a 3-month point and you can see, yeah, it's like 400, that's where it's at. You're starting to get a bit of a, you know, climb, and his recent sale is 1,000 and there are no listings. Like, what? I know mangas are like the most sought after, but there's a reason why some of them are like less and why people valued them less. It also made them more obtainable if you wanted to try and get them into your collection. Now it's like, that is just not happening. At the end of the day, for those who want to sell their cards, you can sell, you can make good money. For those who don't and are looking to build decks to play, I find that it's going to be very difficult because of how scarce products are becoming, especially when they give products to Pokemon YouTubers and sponsor them to do so, or when the commentators are more caring for why characters don't have more SRs and they're just rares, you know. But that happens in the end. It's how it is. It is a business at the end of the day, and it will be treated as such. It is a commodity to be sold as such to people, and raising the stakes, making it more difficult, more scarce is what they do. I do find it a bit disheartening though, because literally, like, I signed up with an LCS because their stock for the illustration boxes, OP14 and EB03, sold out within like a minute 30 because of bots, obviously. So because of that, they've done like a sign up system. I signed up, I got the illustration boxes, I clicked, I wasn't even slow, this was like 15-20 minutes maybe. I clicked for the normal booster boxes because I wanted to guarantee myself the illustration ones first. I clicked for the normal ones and it already said like awaiting stock. They did only put that they had like, I believe 10 of each, but still it's like, wow, even when they filtered people through who have previously purchased with them, they're just gone like that. But yeah, it's not a massive amount of stock, I do understand that, but it's just one of those things in the end. But yeah, let me know what you have been keeping your eye on, what you've been watching within the market, whether or not you've had a card that's gone up. Like, I've got the I downloaded Collector just because it makes it easier to keep an eye on everything, but literally when you go through it, and I'm just like shocked beyond belief, because that card, which was the treasure booster, you know, you could get like a chance of OPO1 and this and that, that is now like a $20-$25 card. It's literally like a £15 card when it was like 50p. And besides that, my Judge Boa Hancock is now like 20. My gift collection's gone up, but I'd still regret the fact that I didn't get the Tony Chopper one where he's Santa, because it's the only real like Christmas card that we've got, and that's now disgusting. Beyond that, you have like the first anniversary card where it's Luffy jumping, like the tournament card, is like a $60-$65 card, and I'm pretty sure I paid like £7 for it, £6 for it. So, but yeah, it's crazy. I don't keep up with it. I literally will click on it probably like once a week or every other week, because I don't really care that much, because I'm still trying to pick up the Japanese versions of cards to add into my binder collection. But yeah, that's going to cover it anyway. Let me know what cards you've been pocket watching, maybe what TCG you've been pocket watching, or what thing in general you've been waiting to dip, because yeah, I do feel that March will be the big test of time. It's always the case where all these cards typically drop in March and then they start to pick back up, but we'll just have to see. So that's going to cover it from me anyway. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Other than that, I do hope that you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you all next time. Peace.